We've already talked about frequencies, and you have, so you guys know how to evaluate what to set the frequency as. But there's going to be times where the patient has a change in status, maybe due to a significant improvement or maybe due to a significant regression. So there's going to be times where you're in the middle of a frequency where you need to change that frequency. So let's say, for example, you initially set the patient's frequency as 2W8. Okay, we get 4 weeks into the frequency, the patient falls, the patient has a major setback, and you feel like, okay, now this patient needs to be seen at a 3-time-a-week frequency. So what needs to happen is you can certainly do that. You need to put in a verbal order. Okay, we're going to have some videos here later on about how to put those verbal orders in our different systems. However, within that verbal order, what it needs to include why you want to change the frequency to, what progress the patient's made, and what the frequency you want to be is. So, for example, you would say patient recently fell, has had a major regression in their functional status. Patient could benefit from changing the frequency to 3W4 effective that week. So when you do that, you put in the verbal order. What you also want to do is you also want to notify our office, because the same process that we've previously talked about in reporting frequency goes into play here. So what happens is you change that frequency to 3W4. Our office takes that frequency, puts it in the system, notifies the agency, agency contacts the insurance company. They have to get authorization, and we have to wait until that comes back to you. So, you know, the same basic principle as when you're reporting eval frequencies or re-eval frequencies. You need to wait until you confirm we have authorization. But you can certainly change the frequencies in the middle of, you can certainly change your frequency in the middle of an existing frequency, but you just have to document that as a verbal order, and included in that verbal order is why you need to change the frequency, what progress or regress the patient's made, as well as what the new frequency is. So